Welcome to the I Can Do That podcast. I'm Jem Fadling, spiritual formation coach, author, and founding partner of Unhurried Living. With 30 years experience in spiritual formation, I help people grow by combining grounded optimism with practical spirituality. This effective dynamic will guide you onto the path of discernment so that you can transform your hopes into habits. Each episode, I'll share one practical idea with one simple takeaway. Together, we'll grow at the pace of transformation, and you'll move into your day saying to yourself, I can do that. On one of our recent anniversaries, Alan and I drove up the Central California coast. Our souls were ready for a much-needed deep breath. We spent our time taking in the beauty of the vineyards, the ocean bluffs, and the country roads. We even took our bikes along with us, knowing that we wanted to enjoy some of the scenery at biking pace. But before we get too far into this bike story, let's just say that at the time, I was not in prime physical condition. Pair that with the fact that Alan has very strong legs and has biked hundreds of miles of coastline with his dad and brothers, and you have an obvious mismatched pairing for a bike ride. But since this was our anniversary, neither one of us was trying to impress anyone or beat any land speed records. I knew, however, that Alan would be holding himself back to keep to my pace. He even let me lead so that I could determine our speed. He willingly brought up the rear as we enjoyed our ocean view. At one point, going up a hill, I had my bike gears in 1 and 1. I looked over at Alan and wondered how he was staying upright since he was going so extremely slow to stay with me. I gave him permission to kick it into gear and go ahead and that I would catch up, but he stayed with me and my own snail's pace. Later, as I reflected on our ride, I realized that this is a model of an unhurried leader. Alan was more than capable of going 3 to 4 times as fast as me, but for him, that wasn't the goal. That bike ride was about relationship. It wasn't about getting somewhere. It wasn't about achievement. It was about us, enjoying beauty together, breathing salty air together, and yes, getting a little exercise together. This is unhurried influence. At times, going at the pace of the slower one. Sometimes, setting aside your own advanced abilities to be with another in their journey. It is very nice to be on the receiving end of such grace, I will say. Now, as a person of influence, you may be tempted to move ahead more quickly than your people can move. Be sure they sense you are with them in their journey, that you aren't trying to drag them forward at your pace. Relationship is more important than achievement. And if you find yourself on the receiving end of someone else's grace, it's okay to receive that gift from them. If you need more time, it's okay. The fact that you're still pedaling means something. You aren't giving up, and you will ultimately get to your destination. Here's your I Can Do That for this week. If you are accompanying someone on their journey right now, notice if you are allowing them the dignity to set their own pace. Are there any adjustments you need to make as you accompany them? And if you are on the receiving end of someone else slowing their pace for you, give thanks for such grace, and then keep pedaling. Remember, you're making your way forward one small, simple, and gracious step at a time. If you want to make further progress in your own formation, I encourage you to pick up a copy of my book, What Does Your Soul Love? 8 Questions That Reveal God's Work in You. In it, you'll find themes such as desire, resistance, vulnerability, fear, and joy, and such questions as, what do you really want? Where are you hiding? What's getting in your way? And what's most real to you? Holding and living the questions is a great way to cooperate with your own growth process. So go ahead and pick up a copy of What Does Your Soul Love from your favorite bookseller.